I'm in Cleveland, a coastal spot 25 kilometres south of Brisbane on Moreton Bay. It's home to a farm producing a crop you'll be surprised to see thriving in the subtropics. Hops are the female flowers of the hop plant Humulus lupulus. The plant itself is a perennial herbaceous vine which grows up to 10 metres tall that produces fragrant flowers, essential for brewing beer. And hops are not just used for brewing. They can be used as a flavouring agent for things like vinegars and marinades. They've even been used in traditional medicine. This farmlet is the passion project of lifelong friends Steve Mitchell and Andrew Carson. The idea of farming hops was born in 2017 in Steve's garden.
That was in my front yard at Bulimba, an American Cascade, which is one of these, and this plant is from that original plant. One of our mates brewed a beer with it. We thought that was pretty cool, and we wanted to go bigger and started expanding from there.
Native to Europe, Serbia, northern Iran and Morocco, hops are traditionally farmed in cool climates with long spring-summer day lengths, and the plants use a decrease in day length to stop growing and start flowering.
In Brisbane, our longest day lengths in summer are around 13¾ hours of sunlight. The ideal conditions are 16½ hours. If they don't get that 16 hours, they will start to flower. The plant won't reach its full growth and we'll get inconsistent harvests.
So how did you get around that problem?
We had a brewer who told us that they experimented with lighting in South Africa where the day lengths weren't long enough.
That was literally a light bulb moment for the pair, and the farmlet now boasts rows of healthy vines that tower 6 metres in the air, suspended on wire trellises, punctuated by light bulbs hung from above to extend the subtropical twilight.
That changed everything for us. We could control when they flowered, we could make the plants bigger, and obviously our yields went up too.
I love the fact that you're using natural fibre to support the hops.
It's called coir fibre, so it's made from coconut plants. Hops are a climber and they need something to grow up. So we've made 6-metre trellis, 3-metre spacing in between the rows. When the plants wake up in spring, we put strings beside each plant in the field. We tie it from the top of the trellis, and then when the plants start growing, we poke it into the ground beside each plant, and then we train the vine up the string.
It always goes clockwise.
Yep.
And that's the same northern hemisphere or southern hemisphere. So once we do that, that's the end. It'll just take off and hopefully grow about 6 inches every night.
So how easy would it be for a home gardener to grow hops, and have you got any advice?
I think anyone could grow hops. For a backyard grower, I would suggest just a good amount of compost and some simple fertiliser, because they grow so quickly in such a short period. They're very hungry for nutrients, so they need a lot of nitrogen to grow vegetatively, and then for flowering a bit more potassium.
And full sun?
100% full sun. They can grow against the side of a house, so in partial shade, but they grow best in full sun.
Indeed, the vigorous growth of the hop vine can quickly outpace unsuspecting gardeners. So it's not recommended to try growing it unless you're willing to invest the time to keep it from overtaking your entire garden. And the height it can reach also means access for maintenance could be a problem. So what are you growing and why?
We grow a number of American bred varieties. Cascade, Centennial. Brewers really like those for brewing pale ales. We're growing a number of Australian varieties as well. So Red Earth, Kraken Up, Victoria.
But there's one new variety the pair is particularly excited about.
We've recently imported Vista, which has been developed by the American Agricultural Department.
It grows vigorously, quite big. It grows well in a range of climates, so it yields a lot, and it's meant to be drought tolerant and somewhat disease resistant, so it's got a lot of factors going for it.
The cones that we've got off the first plant, they really seem a lot oilier and better smells, more passion fruit, more citrus. There's a lot more coming through them, but that's probably what you're going to get with a hop variety that's developed in the last 3 years. compared to all the other ones that we've got that have been developed 20, 30, 40 years ago. So it's a more modern hop.
So why is it you grow so many different varieties?
Different hops are suited to different beers. We've got ones with different alpha acids or bitterness and ones with different fruitiness and oil content as well. The oil is more about the flavour and the acids are more about the bitterness. You can sort of match what sort of beer you want to make with whatever hop you want to use.
So that's perfect for craft brewers.
Yeah, that's right. The craft brewers like a combination of different hops, and we can provide that because they all seem to mature at the same time by using the lights. So we can give the brewers whatever they like.
When the plants are all grown up, the lights are turned off. And the change in day length means within 7 weeks, the plants have produced cones and are ready to harvest. So when do you know they're ready?
Well, the cone goes papery, so it loses moisture, and the bracts will brown off a little bit around the side, and the lupulin inside will turn a bright yellow. You'll be able to roll them in your hands, the oil will come out, and you'll get that smell. So the stickier and oilier, the better.
Unfortunately, recent weather events have had an impact on this season's harvests and yields are down.
Anyone that knows hops and looks at this paddock at the moment will say, that's not such a great looking field.
The pair are harvesting early, cutting the vines down wholesale and feeding them through their 3-stage harvester. How big would the average brewery order be?
A small brew of 200 litres might require a couple of kilos. The bigger ones, we've gone all the way up to 70 or 80 kilos of fresh hops.
Local microbrewery owner Stuart Martin has been using Hilltop hops for the past 8 years.
Big bags.
Happy brewing.
Incredibly, the shelf life of fresh hops is under 24 hours.
We really try and get the guys to pick the hops first thing in the morning, and then I'll be here to pick them up, drive them straight back to the brewery, and in they go within a couple of hours of picking.
To see this process, I'm visiting Stuart's microbrewery in Wilston on Brisbane's north side.
So we have 4 key products that go into beer: water, barley or sugar, yeast, and then hops. They are the 4 ingredients that must be in the product to be able to call it beer. What we do is we boil it up and we add the hops, and then finally we add the yeast, which then eats the sugar, and a byproduct of that process is alcohol. So today we're brewing the QPA, Queensland Pale Ale. Every year the QPA is brewed once a year, and we celebrate the fact that the atmospheric conditions, the soil conditions, the temperature, the sunlight, they're all different every year. So we celebrate that natural variance in ingredients, and we call it Paddock to Pint.
And I'm taking a moment
Jerry.
to grab a pint straight off the tap.
Cheers.
Purely for research purposes, of course. Back at the farmlet, despite their successful efforts to date, Steve and Andrew are cautious about any plans to scale up their efforts.
We both have day jobs, so we do this in our spare time on weekends.
It gets a little bit trickier during harvest, where it's every day for 2 or 3 weeks solid. But generally it's weekend work. It's also very nice going home after harvesting in your car and all your clothes just reek of hop resin.
So it'd be fair to say you're hooked on hops.
Yeah, sadly we're hooked on hops, yes.